Hey guys, it's Jali, and today I'm going to be starting another new series. This is a series about products that it took me a while to find, but that I absolutely love. Certain products you hear about all over the place. Just off the top of my head, like NARS Sheer Glow, Makeup Forever's HD Foundation, MAC's Studio Fix, whatever. Like just things that you hear all over the place, so maybe by now you've tried them because there was so much hype. But then there are products that you barely hear about, but you might just adore. And it might be, you know, what you've been searching for a long time. So I recently made a few of those discoveries, and I will be telling you guys about them one by one in a new series. And just as I discovered, I only have two right now actually, but this is the first video. I have the next video planned in my head. I know what that will be about. And as I discover these, this will be my Hidden Gem series. So the first product in the Hidden Gem series is Makeup Forever's Super Matte Loose Powder. Now it retails at Sephora for $24 and you get 0.35 ounces. It comes in a plain black box that looks like this. And I have the color 52, which on the website for Sephora is called Apricot Beige, or the website for Makeup Forever. Makeup Forever will put numbers on their product. Like it says 52 right here, and but actually it doesn't say it anywhere on the package, which is a little weird. But normally, like, I have a concealer by them and the number will be on the product itself, but you won't see the name except for on the website or like the Makeup Forever website or the Sephora website. So this is number 52, otherwise known as Apricot Beige. And it comes in packaging that looks like this, and I'll get into that in a bit. I will also note before I forget that it came with this sort of velour puff where you stick your fingers in, I guess, back here, and you would dip this into your lid and then pat your powder on. And I know that this is the preferred method of a lot of makeup artists, professionals, because I don't know, I guess it just stops your powder from kicking up on you, but I always apply it with a brush. I don't know, I feel a little weird about the velour puffs because I don't know how to clean them or how well they would be cleaned even if I wash them. So I just use a brush and use the product sparingly. And I actually have it on today on top of my liquid foundation, but I have one particular use for this that I absolutely adore. First, let me get down to the packaging. So this is what it looks like, and you just unscrew the top. And I usually pour some of the product into the lid and work from the lid. But it has a sifter. It has little sifting holes. And I've been using this for about 2 months, and I use it kind of generously. And I would say I have about half the package left, which this was never full, you know, chock full. So I would say with regards to how much product was actually in here, over half left, I would say. And yeah, so it was $24, which might seem a bit steep to some people, but a good loose powder, I think that's reasonable for a good loose powder, and it lasts such a long time. If you are interested in ingredients, like you should be, this powder doesn't have that many ingredients, so I'll just read them all right now. Talc, silica, nylon 12, serica powder, which in parentheses says silk powder, propylparaben, butylparaben, methylparaben, and dihydroacetic acid. So, ooh, I almost dropped it. It's talc based, not cornstarch based. And I used to use a cornstarch based powder around the time when I first started breaking out, and I don't know if that's the reason why. If you watch like my skin problems and skincare solutions videos, you'll see that there were a lot of things that went into, like, when my skin started breaking out, when I first started wearing makeup. I just didn't know enough. I didn't know how to properly clean my brushes. I just didn't know what I was doing, how to remove my makeup. Just wasn't doing any of it right. But some people believe that cornstarch is a really good breeding ground for bacteria for certain reasons. I don't know too much about it, but I did read that, and I tried out Bare Essentials Tinted Mineral Veil when I was looking for a loose powder, and I quickly had like 1 or 2 small breakouts within a couple of days of using it. Now, it could have been coincidence, but I don't know, I felt like it was really overly drying on my skin, the cornstarch based powder. So some people mind talc for other reasons. Some people think, you know, I don't know, that the ingredients cause cancer. Some people may be sensitive to it, but you have to take everything that you learn with a grain of salt. I'm comfortable with using talc based powders, so I just wanted to give you that information. You know, parabens. Some people believe that parabens are harmful. I use parabens. I personally don't have a problem with parabens, with using parabens. So that's just a little background. But it also says that this is dermatologically tested, just so you know. Like I said, this retails exclusively at Sephora. I think all Makeup Forever products only retail at Sephora.com or from the makeup. I think Makeup Forever might have like a flagship store out in California, or it's coming soon or something like that. But the main retailer for Makeup Forever in the USA is definitely Sephora. And I don't know, I guess Makeup Forever may sell it themselves if they open up stores. But I don't think any other counters have it or anything. Just so you know, the availability is at Sephora stores or Sephora.com. And I absolutely love it. It's tinted, but I don't feel like it adds I don't feel like it changes my undertone. I don't feel like it adds coverage and like it adds color. I just think the color, it's sort of, I don't know, I would have thought for me to like it, it would need to be more yellow, but it's not yellow, it really is. It's called Apricot Beige, and I don't know, that just seems like the perfect name. But it looks a little peachy in here, but I promise you, at least on me, it's not peachy on. I don't like peachy undertones because I don't feel like it matches me. But this doesn't add coverage. It's just that sometimes white colored powders, like pure silica powders or cornstarch powders or any powder that's not tinted, it's just white, it can create a white cast on people, especially people of color. So I wanted something that was tinted, and I wanted something that was loose, because I just think it's good, like for touch-ups and stuff, to use a loose powder as opposed to like going a full day and then you have oil on your face and you have to dip your brush repeatedly onto like a pressed powder pan. It's just, it seems a little less hygienic to me. And if my face, like if I've gone through a full day and I want to touch up with this a little, I'll even just, instead of even using the lid, I'll shake this out onto the back of my hand and then like get some off my brush off the back of my hand, instead of repeatedly dipping a brush that gets some oil from my face onto my actual product. Just to give you some background on how I use it. But I think it's great. It was hard for me to even learn that it existed, and I was just searching and searching for a good loose powder, and I didn't necessarily want something that was cornstarch based, although I wasn't totally against it. I was willing to try some that were cornstarch based, but this is the best loose powder that I've tried yet, and I put it sparingly on top of loose foundation because this can get cakey on you. It's nicely milled. It seems very finely milled to me, but just like any powder, if you put a lot on, especially in my opinion, if you haven't let your liquid foundation settle and like kind of dry down yet, then this or any loose powder can look cakey on you, so use it sparingly. And I apply it with my Sephora brand powder brush from my antibacterial brush set. You might know this from my NARS powder foundation video. But that's how I always apply it. And what else? Oh, the reason that I love this so much. I think I would have liked this powder anyway because it's nice on top of liquid foundation. I usually use this now to set like concealer under my eyes instead of using my NARS powder foundation lately. This has really become like my favorite powder for the purpose of like a finishing powder or a setting powder. And then my NARS powder foundation I still use on its own for coverage or for like touch-ups of coverage. But I don't use the NARS powder foundation as much anymore for like setting and finishing as much as I use this, because I just discovered it and just fell in love. What the hell? I thought there was something on my ceiling, sorry. But anyway, the main reason I adore this product, is because of this product, the NARS Tinted Moisturizer. I have a separate video up on this, but I don't even know if I would like the NARS Tinted Moisturizer without this powder. And as I'm saying that, that seems way too strong. I think that for my skin, I have combination skin. Like I have an oily nose, and then my skin it feels pretty normal around the rest of my face. It's not really oily, but my nose is really oily, and like I want something that's not going to dry out the rest of my face, but also is going to control oil on my nose. And because my skin leans, if anything, on the oily side as opposed to the dry, when I first tried the NARS Tinted Moisturizer, I thought it was way too like dewy and luminous. It made my forehead look like unflatteringly shiny a little bit, and I was impressed with I was pretty impressed with the coverage of this for a tinted moisturizer, but I was just like, I don't know how I feel about this. And I was a little teeny tiny bit disappointed in this at first, because just of the finish that it gave, it was like too glowy for me. I felt greasy and gross. I felt like I looked that way. But with this on top, like, I almost love how I look, how my skin looks with these two products together, as much as I love like putting on just full on liquid foundation. It's that nice. I have days where I put them on just right, and it almost looks like I'm wearing liquid foundation. Like it almost looks like I'm wearing my NARS Sheer Glow instead, or some other foundation that I like, instead of just a tinted moisturizer with a light dusting of the Super Matte Loose Powder by Makeup Forever. And like these two products together changed my life. Like I don't wear foundation during the week anymore. On weekdays, because I'm so busy and I don't know, I don't want to give myself like wake up extra early just to put on makeup. I wear these all week long. So check this out if you want to see what the coverage and stuff of this looks like. But if nothing else, this is such a good powder to go with the NARS Tinted Moisturizer. And like, I would be late to work so much more often if I didn't have these two products, because I don't want to go out with nothing on. But I think back to the days when I did a full liquid foundation routine every day, and I'm like, I don't even know how I did that. But yeah, this goes really, really, really well with the NARS Tinted Moisturizer. And it goes well as a setting powder for concealer under your eyes or just all over your face. I freaking adore this loose powder, and I will buy it again and again and again. I really hope it never gets discontinued, because then I'll be back on the hunt, and I love it. So I'm surprised we don't hear more about it. The only drawback I can think of, literally the only drawback of this product that I can think of, is the color range. This is actually the darkest color that Sephora has. So Makeup Forever, if you go to like makeupforeverusa.com or whatever their US website is, they show up so many colors, like over 10 I think, just so many shades of this. They have correcting shades, they have so many different skin tones, but Sephora only sells 3, and that's how you get this product in the US. You have to go to Sephora. So if you're any darker than me, I don't know if it would work for you, but then again, I really don't feel like it adds coverage. So this might be good enough for anyone my shade or darker, or maybe even a little lighter, because it goes on translucent in my opinion. It's just like it, the tint, in my opinion, is more for the purpose of like not giving you any kind of a white cast that sometimes silica powders or white cornstarch powders will give you in photos, and you know, mostly in photos. If you know, the main reason that you get a white cast in photographs, flash photographs, is usually because of the SPF in them, in your products. But I heard that you can also get a white cast from using a white setting powder. And I felt like, I took it back, but one time I did try the Makeup Forever HD powder, which is silica based. It might be completely silica, I don't know, but it's definitely silica based. And I do remember that giving me a white cast in flash photos. So if you use something with a tint, this is supposed to combat that. So the drawback might be that they don't sell the darker colors, like Sephora doesn't sell them. So if you're in the US, you might not be able to buy the darker colors, but you might not need it. I hope that makes sense. But I personally have no drawbacks from this product. I adore it. And it was totally a hidden gem for me. It is a gem. And I don't know why it's not talked about more. But if you've been looking for a good loose powder, try the Makeup Forever Super Matte. And even though the name is Super Matte, it doesn't dry out my skin. It doesn't dry out the parts where I don't get oily. It's good for those parts of my face too. And I mean, it just depends how much you use, I think. And but like, definitely don't, unless you have very dry skin, don't think that because this is called Super Matte Loose Powder that it's going to be like horribly dry for you. I'm not wording this well, so let me just read the description off of the Makeup Forever website. Okay, I had to go get the product description from makeupforever.com. So here it is. The Super Matte Loose Powders are ultra-fine, ultra-transparent powders. Very light and discreet, they set the makeup, even it out, and give the complexion a matte and natural finish. They can be applied directly to the skin or over foundation. Their non-drying formula makes them suitable for all skin types. So I find that to be true. It does seem to be a non-drying formula. And it actually even said you can apply it directly to your skin, but I personally have not tried it that way. I always like some kind of coverage on underneath. If I'm wearing powder, I'm wearing something for coverage. So I don't put this directly on my skin. That's what my NARS powder foundation is for, in my opinion. But I adore this powder. And if you are wondering, like, okay, it's called Super Matte and they're saying it's not drying, and she's saying it's not only for oily skin, will it even work if I want it to be super matte? If you have oily skin and you want to know if this will mattify you, I think like any other product, I don't know of any product that you put on in the morning and if you have oily skin, it keeps you without oil all day. Like a powder, I don't know any product like that. Maybe alcohol-based setting sprays are like that. I don't know because I don't use them because I don't use drying alcohols on my face. Like my nose, for example, I put this on top of my Smashbox liquid foundation, and that was a couple of hours ago, maybe like 3 hours ago, and this is my nose now. And that's the oiliest part of my face. And it might look shiny, I don't know, but it's my lights, like my face is not oily. So it controls oil just as well as anything else I've used, I'll put it like that. But it's a great, just such a good setting powder. It really is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you enjoyed this series. Let me know if you have any questions or any requests on something you would like me to know or something that I've mentioned but didn't touch on enough and you want me to go into more detail. I'll be happy to do a video on that. And that goes for any video or for anything I say. If you want me to address something in more detail, please just let me know and I will do so. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching. And until next time, bye.